Hey guys, Randy here from our Cozy Garden, and today we are in our front yard. This will be my workspace for today, and if you've been following our channel, you'll notice that we rarely film here, and that's because it can get really noisy throughout the day. But I am here because I am running out of space in our backyard, and I will need more space for our filler plants, bouquet filler plants. I'm also adding a garden bed for our edibles. I'm gonna plant tomatoes, kabocha squashes, and perhaps some cantaloupes if I can. And those are, I tested them last year, and those are jackrabbit resistant. The jackrabbit did not want anything to do with it, so, and of course this is exposed to the public, so you can expect people to grab a tomato or two, but I am fine with that. And really it's all about showing that here in this new community it's very possible to grow your produce, and especially that this is a relatively new area here in our city, and there's not much trees and not many people planting trees in their backyards. So I want the people who live here to see that it is very possible even with our short growing season. I'm also adding smaller spaces for our poppies. It's our first time growing them, and those we've sown in soil blocks in late winter, and they are very slow growing, but they are coming up, and I know that they hate their roots disturbed, so I am planting them in here as soon as possible so that they can start taking root and hopefully give us some blooms. I'm also making two new garden beds right here, and these garden beds will be for our filler plants. I will have in here statice. We have a lot of statice. I did not expect to have a really good germination rate on that, but that's a good problem. So I am planting them in here along with our celosias and then some other bouquet filler plants that I have not planted yet. So yeah. So this is where we are putting our tomatoes and our kabocha squashes. And right now they're just gravel pad. Although I do have a garden fabric right there, so I'll be taking all the stones out for this space. It's going to be a rectangular space right there up to that one, and then go back right there. So that's our spot for tomatoes, kabocha squashes, and hopefully cantaloupes if those seedlings survive. And in here, I did not get to film it, but I did add a peony. I think it's a Sarah Bernhardt peony. And this is, somebody took the daffodils out. I also planted daffodils in here. If you've seen our video from last fall, I did have some daffodils that I'd like to perennialize. So the front would be peony and daffodils, and then here would be our tomatoes and kabocha squashes. In here will be, this spot will be extended. Again, I have a I think it's a red peony. I forgot the variety, but there's a red peony right there, and then there's more daffodils underneath that are still not waking up. So I'm gonna open this up, add more space, perhaps right here, and then you go right there, so that I can plant in here our poppies. It's the same for this spot, and in here will be our two new garden beds. I know this is a west facing wall, so it'll have partial shade, but it's just a space that right now is nothing very unproductive. So This is where I'm putting 2 new beds for our filler plants. But late in the afternoon, this space can get really hot, especially that we have gravel at the moment. So I hope that would be enough sunlight for those filler plants. We are planting our poppy seedlings in here on these 2 small garden beds. These are the black peony poppy and the purple peony poppy, and it is our first time growing them, so we hope that they flower for us this season. So this is our new garden bed space. We've cleared out the gravel, and I just have to open that garden fabric up so that I'll have access to the soil underneath. But one thing I have issues with my garden patches here in the front is, since because I have gravel gets into the garden bed, and I keep cleaning them up just like that. You know, as people walk past them, or for whatever reason gets into the soil. I mean, it's not the biggest hassle, but you also have this garden fabric right there which doesn't look pretty. So because of that, I'm thinking of giving this one a garden bed frame to raise the garden bed for, I don't know, 3-4 inches above the ground. That way the gravel stays on the outside of it. And in here I have a wooden pallet that I've been keeping for I think 2 years now. And finally I'm finding a use for it. But that would mean I'll take more time to finish this garden bed right here. But I think it just looks nicer. So that would be my next task.